Why does Ed Miliband think this is funny?
Do ask me, Mr. Thomas, any questions you like about our relationship to China.
Hello, today I'm looking at the Energy Security and Net Zero Committee. And Ed Miliband, the Energy Secretary of State, is answering questions by the committee. He outlines his vision for the future of the UK for using clean power. But first, let's take a listen to what he has to say on the subject.
Delivered something very, very important, which I know the committee is very interested in and perhaps we'll get into, which is our Warm Homes Plan, which is the biggest ever public investment in home upgrades. We're accelerating to clean power, which is really, really important for creating jobs. We've announced the UK's first SMRs at Wilver. We've published our Clean Energy Jobs Plan, which I know the committee is interested in, setting out how our mission will support 400,000 extra jobs.
So Miliband has given an overview of his vision and that the government are accelerating clean energy, which is very important for jobs. And he also mentions the Warm Home Plan, which will supposedly cut down on energy bills. But he is not always as enthusiastic regards answering questions as we'll hear a little later on. But first, we'll take a listen to the first question from the committee.
Want hope. My question, though, is do you think the public knows that you are being bold? Do they know the breadth of what you've just told us?
I think inevitably I would want people to know more about our mission, and that is my job, the job of our ministers, and indeed the job of everyone who supports our mission.
Now, this is an interesting question that is asked, and although it seems to be straightforward, it appears that the public do not know what the answer is, as Miliband says he hopes that people will want to know more about his mission. But does this mean he doesn't actually know himself and is winging his way through an answer? Let's listen on and see what other questions he has asked.
Okay, and what do you think needs to change to ensure people have a good understanding of your agenda?
I think this question is similar to the last one, just framed in a different way. Let's hear what Miliband's answer is and if he says a similar thing.
I think it goes back to the word that I used earlier on, Chair, in my opening statement, which is delivery. And I think what's really, really exciting about the phase that we are now moving into is people are going to be seeing the benefits of our agenda. You know, 2.7 million extra people this winter have got the warm home discount as a result of the decisions taken by this government. People right across the country will see £150 of costs taken off their energy bills this April.
Well, I don't know about you, but his answer was very woolly, and he immediately went into how much it will save people going forward. But if people don't understand what it is they are going to benefit from, why should they buy into it? It seems, as I mentioned earlier, Miliband himself doesn't seem to fully know what it is he is trying to do.
Is your intention over the coming months to address this through social media, through local campaigns?
Yet again, Miliband is asked a similar question as the last ones, and again, he wanders through an answer. I'm really not sure he fully understands what it is his job is. It's a bit painful to watch, to be honest.
It's really hard, this, because it requires the investment and it requires a reform of a really, really complicated system, but we are absolutely getting on with it at pace.
Thank you.
So here's a question from one of the committee that all of a sudden descends into a fiery spat between Miliband and the committee member. And Mr. Miliband seems to think it's funny and starts to laugh at the member for some reason. Miliband is supposed to be a professional and senior member of the Labour government, but for some reason seems to think the whole thing is a joke. Again, I'm not sure Miliband has any clue as to what his job is, and if he does, maybe he could tell the rest of us what it is so we can try to understand his message, which seems to be a mystery he wishes to keep to himself. Watch the exchange to see his reaction and him laughing at the member.
Do ask me, Mr. Thomas, any questions you like about our relationship to China.
And this is what I'm doing. So why not publish the text of the deal?
Why don't you, as I say, we're following the practice of the previous government.
But Secretary of State, you've released the text of deals with other countries. Why is China being treated differently?
I'm just explaining to you that we're following the practice of previous governments. But
I'm asking about this government. This government
do ask me, Mr. Thomas, any questions you like.
This government has published the text of deals with other countries. Why not release the text of the deal for China?
As I say, we're following the previous practice.
I'm talking about this government, Secretary of State. You've
Well,
released it for other
we're just
countries.
we're following the previous practice, as I said.
Text.
But do ask me any questions
And
about
that's
our
what I'm doing.
relationship with China.
I'm not sure why Miliband thinks this is funny to try and humiliate a member of parliament and a committee member in this way by being smug and condescending. After all, the committee member did say this was a Freedom of Information request, yet Mr. Miliband decided to misbehave the way he did. Anyway, please let me know what you think in the comment section. Please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.